Just a quick note to our listeners, this episode was recorded before the tragic news involving Rob Reiner's family. We chose When Harry Met Sally simply because we're longtime fans of the film and his work, not in response to recent events. So enjoy this episode. Welcome to the Too Old or Pure Gold Movie Podcast and today's special New Year's Eve episode. Can you believe it's New Year's Eve already?
Wow. I cannot believe it. Happy New Year.
Holy moly.
May your problems last as long as your New Year's resolutions.
How dare you. In today's special New Year's Eve episode, we're discussing the 1989 rom-com When Harry Met Sally. The format of our podcast, two Gen Xers rewatch beloved movies from our youth to find out, are they really as good as we remember? To help us debate and ultimately pass judgment, we ask our millennial co-hosts to watch these movies for the first time and help us determine, are they too old or pure gold? I'm your host, Olen Vanderleiden, representing Gen X. Joining me today is my Gen X co-host, Mathew Stockton.
There's too much pepper in my paprika.
Representing the millennials this week, we have comedian Will Corey playing the role of Harry.
Hey, hello.
Oh, can I be Sally?
No, for that, we have Vancouver socialite Jessica playing the role of Sally.
Hello, everybody.
Before we get into this episode, just a reminder, we need your support to grow this podcast, so please remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Today's movie is the 1989 romantic comedy When Harry Met Sally. When Harry Met Sally stars Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. The movie was directed by Rob Reiner, known for directing This Is Spinal Tap and The Princess Bride before this movie. And Rob went on to have a solid career after this as well, with titles like Misery and A Few Good Men.
And it's written by Nora Ephron.
It's written by Nora Ephron, right.
Who's Nora Ephron?
Nora Ephron. Jessica would recognize that name since she also wrote and directed Sleepless in Seattle, which was our New Year's episode last year. So that's Nora Ephron.
There you go.
Yeah. The tagline from this movie poster is, can two friends sleep together and still love each other in the morning? It's an intriguing question that I'm sure we'll get into in this episode. IMDb describes the film as, Harry and Sally have known each other for years and are very good friends, but they fear sex would ruin the friendship. Now, we'll get there. We'll get there, Mathew. Now, for those of you that have not seen the movie, I asked my 93-year-old dad to watch When Harry Met Sally and summarize the plot.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This movie is about Harry and Sally. Their story unfolds over a period of a decade. The first part is the initial meeting. Harry and Sally are sharing a long car ride from Chicago to New York after graduating from college. In a discussion, Harry asserts that men and women can't be just friends because sex always gets in the way. They both want to win that debate, and they part with mutual dislike. Next, after several years, they're having a chance airport meeting, and Sally is seeing off her boyfriend, and Harry reveals that he is engaged. Again, they're arguing, with Harry maintaining that men and women can never be just friends, and Sally remains a bit more optimistic. Anyway, they separate, hoping to see one another never again. Then, 5 years later, a meeting in a bookstore, where they find out that both are single. The arguments of earlier years are forgotten, and this time, they leave the bookstore as good friends. And finally, Harry and Sally's friendship leads to a one-night stand, which in turn leads to a falling out. But fortunately, that was not the end of the story, because Harry declares that he loves Sally at a New Year's party. So that's the end.
Kind of just glossed over the big grand finale there.
Yeah.
Well, you guys will be impressed. I didn't ask him to. He gave me a favorite line for this one, and he reads it out dramatically. So I've got that for our favorite line section as well.
He was so succinct this time.
Who should we go to first on this, Mathew? You get to pick.
Well, I think ladies first today.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go. No.
Jessica, what did you think of this movie? Was it your first time seeing it?
It was my first time seeing it. It was my genuine first time watching it, and it was
Nice.
so good. It really, I love those classic like 80s, 90s rom-coms that I've been introduced to lately. And this one, I feel like it held up. It was romantic, funny. Yeah, we loved it. Or I loved it, I should say.
Okay, Will.
Also,
Or should I say Harry?
I love a young Meg Ryan as well.
Oh, she's so cute.
So cute.
I agree with 90% of what she just says. I thought it was a terrific rom-com, really cool, interesting script. Yeah, great story, well acted. I hate Billy Crystal though. I hate him.
Oh,
And I don't know if that was the character that was written for him. I've seen him in other things, and I think he's charming.
Yeah.
But his character in this was just like, I hated how every scene he's like, you know what your problem is? Here's the thing about women. Like, he always had some judgment to pass off. I was like, you suck. How about you worry about yourself? So I don't know if it was his character or him as an actor. Maybe sometimes I hate a person's character in a movie, but then I think about it later and I'm like, oh, they're just a really good actor. They were supposed to be.
That's what I said. I think we're
piece of
supposed to dislike him a little bit.
So he's supposed to be kind of like annoying in this. So maybe that's what it is.
Well-
But I loved everything about the movie except for him in certain parts. But
well, I don't want to get into the discussion yet, but I think one of the themes is growth, right? So we can talk about that character a little bit more. Matthew, why don't you go? I'll go last.
Yeah, so this is the movie that I saw it when it came out, and I haven't seen it since. And I just watched it again, and I was like, I think I really liked it, but I wonder if like it's just garbage, and I'm not gonna like it. and I was nicely surprised that I still really like this movie. You know, looking back, it's sort of like the movie that taught people to equate cynicism with compatibility, you know, and if you guys hadn't seen it and you didn't live the movies at the time, this movie was the one that kind of like made romantic comedy self-aware, right? And it kind of changed romantic comedies a little bit. And, you know, I think that the script is tight, it's neurotic, it's brilliant. You know, everyone's attractive, but not in like a Hollywood way, more in like an Upper West Side brunch at the bars sort of way. Like the whole movie smells like bagels and emotional repression, right? And watching it now, you can feel like how much of modern dating still echoes from this film, you know, because now we have like all these conversations are like conversations you have on apps before you meet the person. you know what I mean? And this is before apps, and you know the witty post breakup are we still friends sort of thing, or an over analysis of everything. And I think, you know, Efron invented this sort of emotional architecture of the modern relationship, you know, because of course there's this movie. And there's Sleeplessly in Seattle, and she also wrote You've Got Mail, right? So it's almost a language that was created. But yeah, you know, it's this movie's brilliant. It's actually really good if you look at the structure of it as well. That it's like 5 acts that are time jumping back and forth between the 20s and 30s. And each one is marked with new hair, like that. That's
Yes.
Like honestly, the way they did it was like just new hair, right? And you can tell what era you're in
hair.
just from the hair. But
We'll
yeah.
get into Billy Crystal's hair when he's young. That's an episode on its own.
Oh, that's definitely the worst part of the film. You know, it's not really a love story, and so it is, but it's emotional evolution, like you said, Olen. It's about growth, right?
It's about growth.
Yeah.
Okay, before I tell you what I thought of it, I want to announce the title of my autobiography. It's Bagels and Emotional Pressure. So, yeah, I'll be getting started on that. You guys think I like this movie? Just out of curiosity, you all know me.
I
no.
think you did.
I don't think you did.
Okay. I did. So, honestly, I didn't think this movie was going to age well. To me, cutesy rom-coms usually have a best before date, right? Like maybe they're entertaining when they come out and you rewatch and they're not that good. But I really enjoyed it. And a couple of things landed for me. One is that there feels like there's some kind of underlying truth to this, right? The premise that I think they exaggerate, but they play off really well, which I thought was cool. Because I think anybody that's 30 years old or older has experienced some of something that happened in this movie. That's my feeling. So I think there was a familiarity to it that I really liked. And the other thing is, Will, kind of to the point that you raised about growth, you know, I watched this movie through the lens of my own life, and I can tell you this for sure, is that my wife would not have liked me in my early 20s. I mean, I honestly don't think I was who I was till I was 30, and she met me a little bit before that, but she would not have liked me in my early 20s because I just wasn't fully baked yet. And I think the person I am today is pretty much the same person I was at 30, but not the same person I was at 20. So I kind of like that about the movie. You know, I thought, like, yeah, I get it. Like, I could imagine running into her when I was 19 or 20, and she would have felt the same hatred.
Yeah, you're right, Olen. It's all of that needed to happen to get to the point where they were compatible, because they all had stuff to work through, and they actually. I think what's interesting with this is, as well, is they actually had. You realize they ended up having a shared history, right? And that weird shared history of we're not going to do this became part of what made it work in the end. You know? Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. Okay, so let's get into the discussion then. So I want to ask you, is this an accurate depiction of life as a single person? We've all been there.
So
I think somewhat, yeah. There's definitely some truths in the dating scene, and like how they, I don't know, like they're dating the wrong guy, he doesn't commit, or you know, Carrie Fisher's character, who's great in this movie, by the way.
Great.
She's dating
Fantastic.
a married man. Like, I think Jess probably, I've had friends who date guys that they shouldn't be dating, or, you know, like that's all pretty accurate. And then the friends, will they, won't they? That's like a common thing. So I don't know. There's some truths in there.
Well, what do you think about just the underlying statement that you can't have women friends as a guy?
so so I'm a gay guy, so maybe it's slightly different, but you know,
It is, but we want to hear from
but
you anyhow.
my best friend, like we've been best friends since 1985, so we've been best friends for 40 years, and literally have talked a couple times a week for 40 years. Right, she's like a sister to me at this point. Right, we live in different cities, but we're, you know, she's one of the people that I literally, you know, I'd
Mathew, your mom doesn't count. That's not.
no, it's Meredith, and I'd literally, like, she's one of the people I'd ask her what happened later, but I'd help her hide the body first, right?
Nice.
like
Ride or die.
So, you know, but then the flip side of that, I had another female friend, and I was once out in Soho, London, and we were getting extraordinarily drunk and high, and she leads across the table and tells me she wants me to fuck her. And
Whoa.
yeah, and that didn't happen. I met Elijah Wood at the bar that night. I didn't fuck him.
Oh my
either.
God, cool.
So that was
Do you
just
wanna fuck
weirdness. I don't do hobbits.
Thank you for the cold open.
But that was kind of a weird one, right? Like, we weren't like best friends or anything, but we're friends. And there suddenly she broke that wall of, oh God, you know, which was uncomfortable. And I've also been in a situation where people try to hook each other up to somebody else, and the guy I really liked actually got along with the other guy and left with him. And I'm like, oh, you know?
I loved that storyline in the movie.
Yeah.
I've
Okay,
always
so-
thought that guys and girls can't. I've never had a male friend.
She doesn't have any
before.
guy
I have
friends.
0 male friends because the few male friends I've had a similar experience to what Billy Crystal was talking about in the movie. That there's always this underlying tension or romance that one person doesn't feel.
Might I say, have you tried being less attractive? Kind of a key point.
Yeah.
No, I think it's.
But Will has female friends.
I have
so-
female friends. I've always been able to socialize and make friendships with females. I have had in the past females that I've like crushed on. So I guess that kind of breaks
It does. That's
the
his whole
rule a
point.
little bit. But I've also had females that I don't crush on. So do those not count? You know what I mean? Like it's this and it's that. So
I think it's
just-
a maturity level. Well,
Yeah.
like It's because even like you can crush on somebody, not do anything about it, and know that shit passes, and just kind of, you know what I mean? Like
Totally.
if you don't act on it, that doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because a thought's just a thought. But it's
I think you're right, but this is guys that are people that are in their 20s at least at that point
Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
yeah. Like obviously this is a very heteronormative movie. It's about white men and women, right?
Yes.
Like it's very Upper West Side, enough education and language as weapon, right, moneyed middle class, like let me think about this. Yeah, I have a lot of male gay friends, which if you think about it, guys, right?
That's
can
the
men and
alternative.
women be friends, right? It's like
Yeah.
a sex thing. I have male gay friends, but I also have male gay friends where we kind of had sex for sport, but it didn't ruin. Like it was just fucking, right. It wasn't anything. And guys can
Sex
do that.
for
It's just
sport.
like, well, that was fun, right? And then it's like, yeah, want to go to the rugby game, right? It's then there's no romantic anything.
Oh my god.
Hey, if you have sex just for sport, how do you know who wins?
I tell you, looking back at my life, if it was an Olympic sport, I would have won the gold.
It's a champion.
Okay, well,
Interesting.
just getting to the fact that you didn't like Billy Crystal's character, Will, is it so? One thing I noted, I wanted to ask you guys: is it annoying or charming? Was his contradiction style, and you probably know somebody like this, where she'll go like, "Oh, I don't like," and he'll go, "Yes, you do."
Yeah.
Right? He did that through the whole movie. It's like, "Oh, I think I want to." No, you don't. That's what I found grating about his character.
Yeah. To be honest, the thing that bothered me about him from the jump, and I asked this to Jess once we started watching, I go, "Do you think this guy's attractive?" And she goes, "It's Billy Crystal," and I go, "Yeah," and she goes, "No,"
No, he's not.
and he's not, and because I thought maybe because he's a comedy star, he's a huge star, he's got some comedic charm, the funny ads, and she was like, "No, that doesn't do anything for me."
What do you mean? I'm dating purely for comedic.
Okay, well, this is a listening portion of the podcast.
Oh, you got someone on the side, Jess?
Hold on, let me make my point.
Olen.
No, but what bothered me is that she's so out of his league from the jump, and even with a beard, it doesn't do anything for him.
Yeah, no, she's absolutely gorgeous.
So that's what annoyed me. And then on top of that, he was just annoying, and he, like Olen said, he's very contradictory. Oh yeah, this is what your problem is. Let me tell you, you're not like this. You're like that. It's like, shut up, just fucking.
But I also
Yeah.
think she was kind of an uptight, like very rigid person, and maybe
for
he
sure.
knew her better than she knew herself after all of that time. So maybe he kind of balanced her out a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of like he's written intelligently, right? Like I do think, well, you're supposed to not like his character, right? Because he's sort of peak self-sabotage. He's funny, fatalistic, and he's always convinced he's the smartest guy in the room, right? And then you have Meg Ryan.
I don't know anyone like that.
Meg Ryan Sally. Meg Ryan Sally is like the perfect foil, like precise, optimistic, and neurotically controlling, which is kind of endearing, but you can see it'd be really exhausting as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So that friction, weirdly, is their intimacy, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, kind of jives together.
Okay, well, if you guys are cool with it, I just somehow ended up with a whole bunch of questions for you guys.
Please.
Please.
Lay 'em on
Related
us.
to this movie. So, first question is, Jess, do you prefer this or Sleepless in Seattle?
This. I loved this movie.
I agree. Sleepless in Seattle, I thought, did not age well.
No.
Didn't do anything for me. So then, my
As
next
well.
question for you, Jess: Tom Hanks or Billy Crystal?
Oh my god. To be honest, I agree that Billy Crystal isn't like conventionally attractive, but I actually thought his personality was charming in the end, and like I think I would have gone for him too. So I'm gonna say Billy Crystal, maybe because it's fresh in my mind, but I'm gonna go with Billy Crystal.
Well,
Okay.
he's sharper. Tom Hanks is just a little bit like a wet dish rag. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say.
Thank you.
Olen's question is like, would you rather pee or poo your pants? It's like, I don't know.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gun-
Okay, so I've got a pee or poo your pants question for you then, Will. Do you prefer When Harry Met Sally or Running Scared?
Running scared.
That was Billy Crystal. Remember when he was
Oh, the cop?
He was the cop.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I prefer When Harry Met Sally. I enjoyed this
Okay.
much more than Running Squid, I think.
Okay, I have another question for you, Will.
Okay.
Have you ever faked an orgasm?
Have I ever faked an orgasm? No, I haven't actually.
That conversation was so funny. I was cracking up because it's so true.
I have.
You have? Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, just with this guy, and it's like I wasn't that interested, so I just like pretended I did, and then went home.
Wow.
Okay, well,
Another cold
that's
open.
good.
Another cold open, yeah.
I hope my mom
pick-
doesn't listen to this.
No, I've never faked one. I don't think I've underperformed. That's for sure. But
That's what I hear.
I've never.
It's in the family chat.
Please
okay,
Olen, this is like, please edit some of what I say.
I always do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Je-
I was going to say one more thing. I was with an older gay man, and I think he faked it with me.
Shut
But-
up.
Oh no, I would have been into it, Will. Sorry, Jess. Take it as a compliment. Even the gay guys think your hubby's hot, right?
It's good. It's good validation. Good validation.
Appreciate it.
Jess, do you and your friends maintain a Rolodex of single men?
Oh my god, that was hilarious. Her just like rifling through these cue card of all the single men. No, I've never tried to set my friends up with a single guy that I have previously known, because there's a reason why they're in the past.
For sure. Yeah, good point. And then Mathew, do people in New York really read obituaries to find apartments? I had a feeling that was true, but I didn't know.
Actually, back then, yes.
Okay.
It's actually smart if you think about it. It's like the apartment's gonna
Very
be free.
smart.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, well, let's roll into best parts because I'm sure we have a bunch of them. I'll say my favorite scene, and I think it was the most heartwarming scene in this. I'm not a romantic guy, but I thought the karaoke scene when they were singing on the karaoke machine in the store was, to me, my favorite scene because that's when you could see them just connecting,
Yes.
just having fun without trying.
Jess literally, when they flashed forward to that scene, she was like, "Oh my god, they're together. We missed something." Like she thought they became a couple, like off screen.
Yeah, because
And
they
then
look
she
so
was like,
connected.
"What happened here? We missed that." And I was like, "No, just hold on." And then he saw Helen, and I was like, "Yeah, they're not. They're just kicking it." But that was a good scene.
That was a great scene.
What did you guys like?
Favorite parts, obviously, you got to go with the orgasm in the diner scene.
Oh,
Iconic. That crosses like
I'll
pop
have
culture
what she's-
barriers. Like everyone who's never seen the movie knows about that scene. I think.
Everybody knows that scene, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have what she's having. Iconic line. So like that's up there. I had it, and this is one of my favorite lines, so I'm skipping ahead a little bit. But when they're playing,
go for
when
it.
they're playing charades, and Meg Ryan's doing the baby talk in the charades,
Yeah.
she just keeps outlining the things she writes. And then with Jess, who, weird name for a guy, by the way.
Baby fish mouth.
Jess,
Baby
this is my
fish
favorite line. He goes, "Draw something resembling anything." So funny. So funny.
So I love this split screen phone call between Harry, Sally, and their best friends when their two friends are in the bed. It was
Agreed.
so well done. And just Carrie Fisher as Marie was just great in the movie.
Yes,
Like
I had both of those.
Like she stole every scene she was in, and I would like the New Year's Eve confession. It was just corny and perfect at the end.
I was gonna say Harry like sold me on him with that
Then,
scene.
yeah.
The final when he
Yeah.
comes in, I was like, because I've kind of seen that scene before in pop culture and like kind of knew about it.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it, I was like, damn, that's a good speech. Like this is kind of.
I also
Oh,
like
yeah.
the interviews with the old people.
I love
because-
that.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that.
Because they show like different types of old people where some contradict each other. Some the woman's always correcting. Some, the woman's going, she had a job on the 12th floor. It was a very important job with a
Yes.
neurosurgeon. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that scene, this is one of my favorite characters from the whole movie. Can you see this woman? Oh, it's the Chinese lady. Do you see her?
Oh yeah.
with her hair.
Look at that. Who is that? I'd fall in love with that. That's crazy.
So by the way, those were all real stories.
Really?
way.
Rob Reiner collected them over a couple of years of talking to old couples,
Oh my
but
God.
all the stories the couples told were true.
They seem really genuine.
I love that so much.
I had two more small favorite parts from this. First of all, Harry's expression right after he had sex with Sally, just lying there, motionless, eyes
like,
wide.
oh my God.
What just happened? And then I have to give a shout out to the Farrah Fawcett hair at the start.
Oh yeah.
Meg Ryan when she was young, just I got nostalgia for that hairstyle because that's what
Jess made a
every
comment about the hair.
Yeah, we were saying we were laughing because we're like, at one point they thought that they looked so good with that hair. So in 30 years or 40 years, are we going to look back at like the best
Yes.
hair that we've had
Yes.
right now and
Yes,
think like, what were we thinking?
Yeah, you absolutely are.
I think about this every day of my life because every day I wake up, I put my best foot forward, I put on my best shirt, I do my hair the best way I know how, and I think, wow, I look good. And then 5 years later, I look back at photos from this time and I think, what the fuck were
No,
you thinking?
absolutely, guys. Take it from your elders. I look back at some of the photos of what I was wearing and like my hair and stuff in my 20s. I'm like, what the fuck was I
How do
thinking?
you avoid that?
Bizarre thought. I can't.
You can't like escape.
You can't avoid it.
brutal.
No.
it's an absolute of life. You can't escape it. So just go ahead and throw on whatever you want. It doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else to add before we transition to worst parts?
Are we going to do best lines after worst parts? Yeah.
Yes, we are.
The early college wigs was worst part, right?
Okay.
That's the only worst part for me.
Oh, I got a couple. Go, Will. I know you're dying.
I was going to do one more best part, and you know this is coming, Olen. Tight 90-minute movie.
Yeah.
It was a
Modern
sweet
filmmakers have to learn this.
Totally.
hour 35. And
135.
great
Yep.
storytelling. They weaved in multiple timelines. They got the married couples. It was beautiful storytelling in 90 minutes. Directors, take note. Nobody wants to see your fluff. Fucking figure it out.
Will and I just watched a rom-com in the theater last week, and it was 2 hours, and that was bordering on too long for a rom-com.
It was a great rom-com. After the pod's over, we'll tell you about it. It's fantastic.
Okay.
We'll give you a shout out. But yeah, anyway.
No, I agree with you. Kim and I watched a movie last night, and it was 2.5 hours. We got to the 90-minute mark and said, like, we're out.
Good night.
Really?
That's crazy.
Just train yourself to enjoy them.
Sometimes it's worth it. But
All right, Yoda. Thanks. Okay, worst parts. I'm going to give you a couple. So I don't love Meg Ryan crying. I think she's a good actress, except for that. She
That's a
doesn't
great
cry
point.
act.
She was not a great crying actress.
Another worst part that I'm framing as a question for Will is Billy Crystal's funny voice funny or annoying?
annoying. Super annoying. I didn't care for that little improv scene. And I don't know, something about him. It might just be like a comedian jealousy thing. Like he's super successful and I hate him for that reason. But it's something about him. He just didn't do it for me. I'm trying to think of his other like iconic roles, like City Slickers and like.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet I could find a movie where you like him, and I think City Slickers is the one.
Yeah,
but,
like he is talented, and you know, I remember one time he was good friends with Robin Williams, and he gave an in memoriam speech for him at some award show, and it was touching and beautiful. So he's a very talented guy, but I don't know, something about this. It was the character. It was how it was written. I just hated him. But
well, for me, when I always tend to go off of Billy Crystal is when he does that funny voice. Anyhow. One more worst part for me, this was an actual phase that we went through in our day, Mathew, speed walking.
I love their little outfits. That was the best part for me, actually.
It was so bad.
It was an Olympic sport. Is it still?
Actually, I don't know if it was or
Actually,
not.
one of my girlfriends has a cousin who's an Olympic speed walker.
There you go.
So I think it is
There
still.
you go.
I could kill it at speed walking. I just chose not to.
Okay. Can we get into best lines?
Yeah, please.
Do you mind, just because I thought it was so funny, my dad, without being prompted, recorded a best line,
Oh,
so I'm just going
please.
to play it to you.
Okay.
There was a famous quote that I can read for you. Harry said, "I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible." And Sally says, "Oh, Harry, when you say things like that, it is impossible to hate you, Harry. And Harry, I hate you. Harry, I really hate you. I hate you." And then they kiss. And that's the end of the story.
And then they kiss.
So cute.
Oh my God, it's so I hate you. Hearing my dad say that, it is so funny.
That is a great line, actually.
So cute.
It's so romantic.
Okay, Jess, what's the big line from this movie?
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah.
That was my
Everybody
favorite
knows that
line.
line, even if you haven't seen it. Yeah, that was
I
good.
actually didn't know about the diner orgasm scene, but I knew that line, and I had no idea that this is the movie that it was from. So I'm excited to have seen it now.
I can tell you that was filmed at Katz's Diner in New York, and the booth now has a plaque on it that says, "Hope you have what she had."
I've been to Kat's Diner. What the hell?
Cool.
I didn't know that it was When Harry Met Sally.
And just one more note here on that. At the test screening, all the women laughed at this scene, and all the men were silent. And one more orgasm fact. In the original script, they were only supposed to talk about faking the orgasm, but it was Meg Ryan's idea to actually fake it at the table.
Hell yeah.
She did.
And they
something
cut that
smart.
scene from the airplane version.
course they did.
Interesting.
Yep. Okay, back to favorite lines.
Favorite lines I loved. I mean, it's kind of like a short line, but when they do the double date with Jess and Marie and like Carrie Fisher's character, and like they're both vibing, and they're like, "Yeah, I want to date this other, person." And then Harry and Sally are both like, "Well, yeah, but just don't make a move tonight." And they're like, "Okay, I won't." And then Jess is like, "Well, I'm done walking. I'm gonna get a cab." She's like, "I'll go with you." And they just immediately hop into a cab together.
That was a very funny scene, and I had a favorite line from that, which was, "Nobody's ever quoted me to me before," which I thought was very good. Okay, I liked. So you're saying you can be friends with unattractive women? No, we pretty much want to bang them too.
That's funny.
That's so funny.
Funny. Is that a thing, Matthew? I'm curious. Is that a thing as a gay man? Is there unattractive
Banging
gay
in
men that
unattractive women?
No, like the equivalent of like obviously you want to bang an attractive guy, but
Yeah, we call it a sympathy fuck.
a sympathy fuck. I love it.
There's so many parts of this that have just some underlying truth of what we went through in life that it makes me laugh. So the other one, I got married so I can stop dating,
We said that to each other.
Yeah.
which I like, because dating world, it is kind of a wasteland. They depict it as a wasteland, and there's scenes in there that I'm like, yeah, you meet someone on a first date, and then 5 minutes in, you're like, I want to get out of here.
Oh,
Well, I've actually said to my husband, I'm like, we love each other. We've been together for 21 years. We're like practically one of those old couples that they interview in the movie, right? But I'm like, one of the reasons why like we will never break up is neither of us ever wants to date again.
For real.
You know?
It would be the worst to go back to that.
Yeah. Jess went on a date with a guy one time, and he started a fire at the restaurant table.
Wow.
And then didn't say anything, and I just poured water on it. It was
Wow.
the strangest date I've ever been on.
Oh, all right. Okay, any other lines you want to hit before I tell you how this movie did?
So I liked a lot of those ones, but I had 4 that I loved as well on top of those. So one
Tell me.
is, you're the worst kind of high maintenance. You think you're low maintenance.
That was funny.
Before you go on, I wanted to ask, do any of you have a friend who orders like her in a restaurant?
Yes.
Not to that extent.
Not to that extent, but
Not to that
I
extent.
find that so sorry to do this to my mom, but my mom is one of those people that will order what she wants in any restaurant, even if it's not on the menu.
BLT.
Anyhow, don't listen to that part, Mom.
I love when there's too much pepper in my paprikash. I love that scene so much. I don't know why. I've said that for years. There's too much, if I taste something that's too hot, I go, there's too much pepper in my paprikash. Carrie Fisher saying to her boyfriend, everybody thinks they have good taste and sense of humor, but they couldn't all possibly have it. Cracking me up. And when Harry's friend says, infidelity isn't a reason relationships fail, it's a symptom. And Harry says, well, that symptom is fucking my wife.
Oh, that's great.
That was a great scene too, because the wave keeps coming around at the football game or whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they keep like,
Oh, yeah.
in the middle of him telling his friend about how his life's falling apart, he just gets up
That's
and goes.
so funny.
That was perfect.
There was a lot that was well done. I had one more line that I thought was funny, which was when they're the Rolodex scene, when they're all talking about the fact that she broke up with Joe. She says, I just broke up with Joe. And Carrie Fisher says, you mean he's available? I just laughed at that concept that they're all circulating through the guys. Okay, Matthew, any more? Sorry.
No, that's
Did
it.
you have more?
I mean, there were tons, but I'm like, I could do like an hour of my favorite lines, which is like almost as long as the movie.
Okay, well, I'll tell you how it did. According to Box Office Mojo Worldwide, When Harry Met Sally was the 11th biggest earner at the box office in 1989. Batman was the biggest turnout this year with 400 million. And When Harry Met Sally was beat by other comedy movies, including Look Who's Talking and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Wow.
It really puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Like, this was so much better than those.
Oh yeah.
It was.
Still, 11th place is pretty good. And When Harry Met Sally beat out a number of good movies this year, including War of the Roses, which I'd love to do on this pod, Matthew. That's a
such
good one.
Good movie.
Never seen
Turner and Hooch, Will,
Love it.
and Uncle Buck.
Oh, John Candy.
Does
Bless him.
anyone
Uncle
know
Buck was-
if this was like how early on in Meg Ryan's career was this movie?
This was her first role, I believe.
27. We looked it up last
Wow.
night.
Is it not? I think it was her first role. Maybe. Matthew, do you mind to look it up while I
Yeah.
roll
nailed it.
through this? Matthew will fact check.
I was just thinking like maybe Look Who's Talking had a bigger turnout because they had more famous people.
She was in a 1981 drama called Rich and Famous.
Nobody saw
And
it.
then she got wider recognition as Betsy Stewart in a CBS soap opera, As the World Turns. I didn't realize she was in As the
All
World
right,
Turns.
there it is.
She's fantastic. She is the
She
star
moved
of
from
this
soap
movie.
opera to movie, which doesn't happen
That's-
very often.
Yeah, that's a pretty big break.
Okay, continuing on. So Rain Man was the Oscar winner this year, and all I'll say is I would love a sequel to this called When Sally Met Raymond. And by the way, Nora Ephron was nominated for Best Original Screenplay and did not win
Oh,
Who did win? Do you know?
for this. I do not know.
She deserves that. That she wrote a great script. I think.
yeah, absolutely.
Actually, I want to back up because there's something I forgot to say from my notes here, which is the only part of this movie that Nora Ephron was disappointed with was the title.
Really?
And
What was it supposed to be?
I'm gonna give you the alternate titles, and you tell me if any of these is better. Just Friends, Play Melancholy Baby, Boy Meets Girl, Blue Moon, Words of Love, It Had to Be You, Harry, This Is Sally, and How They Met.
I
None
only
of
know
them's
this
better.
is When Harry Met Sally, so it's weird, but It Had to Be You wouldn't be a bad one.
No, I actually like that one, and I like Just Friends. Those two.
I like
Okay.
When Harry Met Sally because it's kind of ambiguous. When you
Yeah,
if you
you're
don't know
right.
anything about the movie,
You're right.
You're
It
like,
doesn't
oh,
give
they
it away,
could
right?
just be friends.
Yes.
Whereas
Yeah.
like
It had to be you implies that like they
Yeah,
end up-
it's like, okay, you know the end. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. That would have kind of ruined it. Yeah.
So When Harry Met Sally, it kind of
That's true.
fits. But what does she want it to be? Any of those other ones?
No, I just noted that she said the only thing that disappointed her was the title.
No, I think it's iconic. I think it kind of hits.
How about they could have called Bagels and Emotional Repression?
There you go. Okay, by the numbers, budget 16 million, box office. What do you think?
50 million?
25.
It was the 11th highest earner. Batman probably made like $1 billion.
Batman made 400.
I'm gonna go. Let's go 70 million.
Yeah, Will, you're the closest, 93 million.
Come on! I was almost gonna say 80. That's all.
Did it
It's
really?
good return. It's good
Wow,
return on 16
That's
million.
crazy.
Okay, and now the fun part. You guys get to guess. Did critics actually like this movie, and what did audience think of this movie in the
So,
Rotten Tomatoes game?
The writing is brilliant, and it's a really well structured film. Just if you look at like film structure, so I think the critics would have liked it, and I think an audience, how can you not like it? So I'm saying like 82 critics, 85 audience.
I'm probably gonna be around the same. I'll say
That's okay.
80 for critics, and let's go 90 for audience.
Whoa. I'll say 70 for critics and 85 for audience. Just to be a little different.
Okay, well, we know it did well, so you guys were all close. It was an 88 critic and an 89 audience.
Whoa!
There you go.
Who wins
So
that
Jess, you got a 22. Matthew, you got a 10, which is a good score. But Will, you beat him out with a 9.
one?
Boom.
Come on.
Damn,
You're the
Will.
Rotten Tomatoes guy of this episode.
Hell yeah.
By the way, this is number 6 on American Film Institute's greatest rom-coms of all time.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's as far as rom-coms go, it's really damn good. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite rom-com?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey.
I might have just watched my favorite rom-com.
No way. You think it's the one we just saw?
I think it's up there. We just watched a movie in the theater. It's called Eternity, and it's you got to watch it. It's amazing. The premise of the movie is like you die, and before you go to heaven or whatever heaven is, you're at this like transitional. It's kind of like a train station resort, and you have to pick where you want to spend eternity. So you can pick you can go to casino, gambling, eternity. You can go to like the mountains. You can go to the beach, and you got to pick who you spend eternity with. So if you have like a loved one,
Charlie.
if you have a loved one, you got to wait for them to die and like go with them. And so there's the main character is this woman who was married early in her life to a guy, but then he dies in the war, and then so she remarries, and he's married to this guy for 65 years, and so they both die, and they get to the place, and the husband who died in the war has been waiting for her for 65 years. And he's like, so she has to choose which guy she wants to go to eternity with. And it's this little rom-com. And it's a tearjerker.
So
it's funny. We loved it. It was long. It was like 2 hours, but
it was worth it.
Me and Jess like loved it. It was so good.
Miles Teller. I can't believe that's your favorite rom-com you're going to say.
It was so good. I loved it.
What are your guys' favorite rom-coms?
I really like, so this is going to seem weird, but I think you guys will understand. When I was young, there were no sort of gay relationship movies at all. And with the new generation, there's like a lot of stuff has come out. So even though it's young, like it's like early 20s rom-com stuff, I've been watching them because I never got to get that. So I really like Love, Simon. It's good. So it's like a gay rom-com.
Oh, that's kind of newer, isn't it? That's like
yeah. It's a really good one. And then there's like this Spanish one called Yo Mama Tambien or something like that I saw a while ago. That was really good. But I've been trying to watch those because it's like obviously, right? You watch it, it feels more relevant to me.
Totally.
Sure,
we were just talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, actually, I think one of my favorites. I'm not a rom-com guy, but I think The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds. And I like it because it's Ryan Reynolds earlier in his career before he's like so confident and cocky. and it's got Betty White in it who kills it every
Gotta
time.
love Betty White.
So it was nice. And I'll just throw some love out there for Must Love Dogs as well. I always kind of like that one.
nice.
And speaking of the premise of the movie you were talking about, Will, Matthew, do you remember a movie called Made in Heaven with Timothy Hutton?
Yes, I can't remember. I can picture the poster for it. I can't remember the movie though.
We'll do it someday, and we'll get Will and Jess on this because it's the premise is a couple, super in love, and then the guy dies, and then he's reincarnated, but he's given the choice to go back and try to meet up with his soulmate again back in the real world.
Oh, I love that premise. I want to see that.
Yeah,
See, the only
good.
movies I got about like gay relationships was shit like when Tom Hanks dies of AIDS or the band played on. It was always like total victim, everyone
Tragic.
dies or gets murdered because they're gay. So I think that's why I like these sort of nice, happy, they fall in love and it's a rom-com and they're happy in the end. It's the first time that's ever been represented, right? Ever.
You should check out Lord of the Rings. Sam and Frodo get pretty. You know what I mean?
I told you I don't do hobbits.
Okay, a little bit of trivia for you guys. So I told you all those married couple scenes; those are real stories.
Love that.
That's really
Matthew, your favorite scene, the telephone scene,
yeah.
took 60 takes to get right.
Oh shit! Really?
Long day.
Because, they filmed it all simultaneous. 60 takes to get that right.
Oh well, they kept on and see that. This is why this is a good movie. They took 60 takes to get it right, and it's a fantastic scene, right?
And by the way, Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal are real friends in life. And a lot of the banter, including the conversations while you're watching TV, were taken from real interactions. I like that scene as well. That's another thing that was nostalgic for me, is watching TV with a friend on the phone. Like back when we had actually corded phones. I used to do that.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Let's both turn on A-Team episode and talk while we watch
I can
it.
totally see Rob Reiner and Billy Crystal being friends.
Totally.
Oh, did I tell you this in the last Billy Crystal movie? Who he's named after?
Billie Holiday?
The jazz singer Billie Holiday used to babysit him.
Oh,
no way.
Whoa.
Yeah, his dad was an agent for a lot of jazz musicians.
He was named after his babysitter, so he didn't have a name until he was old enough to be babysat.
Well, they were friends before.
He's like 12 years old. Can I have a name now?
They were friends before she babysat before he was born.
I see. All right. A lot of the content of this film is based on Rob Reiner's experience as a single divorced man.
Oh, wow.
Imagine if in society we never named our children until they had to be named after the first babysitter they had.
I've met people that don't name their baby for like 2 years. It's crazy.
What the fuck?
Really?
Just a
Yeah,
baby.
I've met people that's happened a couple times.
I know the name of my next dog after Steve. I'm going to call him Mungo.
Mungo.
Don't tell Steve. I hope he's not
No,
in the
no,
room.
he's in the other room. It's okay.
Good.
Oh, guys, by the way, earlier in this show, I looked over and Steve was like face down. And I have the earphones on, so I couldn't hear him at all. So I shook him, and he didn't move, and I shook him again. And I don't know if you guys heard me, like, for a fucking second, I panicked. I thought he was dead.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
And then like, he sits up, he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Thank
Oh,
God.
Steve.
Okay, to help him capture the mood of a newly divorced single man, Billy Crystal kept himself locked in a hotel in isolation when he wasn't filming. So he stayed away from everybody else so that he could...
My friend, have you tried acting?
The final interview at the end of the movie was completely improvised. The two of them in the married couple interview. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about casting. So Molly Ringwald was offered the role of Sally, but turned it down.
Thank God.
And then...
I mean, she wouldn't have been terrible, but like it's Meg Ryan's movie, right?
And this one I like because of my hatred for Tom Hanks. Apparently, Tom Hanks was offered the role and turned it down because he was newly divorced and was too happy being divorced to relate.
Wow.
Wow.
And in the first draft of the movie, Harry and Sally did not end up together.
Really?
Oh, I actually wondered the whole time if it was going to be, what kind of ending it was going to be. I thought it could go either way. If they would just
You
stay
know what,
friends.
Olen? I'm thinking about it, and in 40 years, 50 years, when people look back at old movies, they're gonna go, that Tom Hanks guy really wasn't that great of an actor.
Whoa.
I think you're
Validated.
I think you're right.
And just to reiterate for the audience here, I don't hate Tom Hanks. I just hate that everybody loves him so much because he's only mediocre.
Yeah, I agree. He's mediocre.
And,
Yeah,
and
sure,
everything
he's a
he
nice
does.
guy, but he's not a great actor at all.
That story just made me laugh, though. He was so happy being divorced.
That's funny. That is
That's
funny.
He didn't think he
hilarious.
could.
Well, that's at least that's honest. Hey, I'm so happy to be divorced. I can't like pretend I'm sad.
Woke or joke? Did you guys find anything in here that didn't age well?
So mostly woke in a fossilized 1989 kind of way. You know, I think Efron wrote Sally with emotional intelligence and sexual agency. When back then that was still coded as very difficult in movies, right? To do. And I don't think the movie really punishes her for wanting control, because that was often what happened in movies back then. If a woman wanted control, she was punished. But looking at it, it's totally white, totally straight,
Yeah.
hetero, neurotic Manhattan. Like I thinking even like those even just if you had one gay couple in those old people interviews saying how you met, right?
Yeah,
But back
sure.
then that would have like dropped
Yeah.
the sales of the movie by half, right?
It didn't happen.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, like the only people of color are like side characters. It's like the waitress or like some.
Yeah,
random-
and that one Asian couple where you like her hair.
Yeah,
the,
true.
the old couple, but like everyone's white, middle class, verbally weaponized New
Yeah.
Yorkers, right?
And if you know New York, that's just not accurate. Like it's
And it wasn't
full of-
accurate in 1989.
Yeah, it's just full of immigrants. So
Yeah.
I just had one line that was really of the time, Matthew, that I noted for woke or joke. When Billy Crystal said, "Oh, she said we were eating in an Ethiopian restaurant. I didn't know they had food in Ethiopia."
yeah, I thought that.
Well,
one.
that was a very not 80s thing because of like the
Very.
whole "we are the world" shit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But I liked it, and just as a comedian, I'm gonna stick up for comedians. But I liked in that moment.
Oh, do
where
you have
he-
one there?
Well, no, in that line.
Damn it! It never gets old.
No, but in
Okay,
that,
go. Sorry to derail
in
you.
that line, he was saying that he was making a joke and that she gave him nothing. Like, he wasn't saying it like he believed what he was saying.
That's
he was
true.
joking.
That's true.
And then, you know what I mean? Like, I say a lot of horrible things to Jess all the time, but she knows I'm joking. So it's like, I related to him. And that she doesn't laugh as well. So.
True.
The Harry to her Sally. I am going to give you guys some information on reviews here. So, however you guys felt about this movie, I promise you there's others who liked it more or less than you. And for this movie, there were a massive 132 10-star reviews out of 450 total reviews, with many calling it the best romantic comedy of all time. A lot of people did. Kajmel gives it a nice summary by saying, this movie is a great choice if you're looking for something uplifting, romantic, funny, and realistic, but not too mushy. Ice Cream 57 says, the chemistry with the couple is wonderful to watch. I think this may be my new favorite romantic comedy. They had good chemistry, right?
Very good.
I think this movie is as good as The Godfather. Oof. I think cinephiles might disagree with that.
I'd say it's the Godfather of rom-coms.
Okay.
Right? Good statement. Good statement.
I like this one, Honey5127, who says, everyone will relate to at least one character in this film. I think that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
And if the last one, if it was any more true to life, there would be a documentary.
Wow.
So now we hear from people who liked it less. And despite often being described as a perfect comedy and one of the best rom-coms of all time, there were still 10 people who gave this a 1-star review. Pearl Onion says there's zero chemistry between the characters and offers a warning, never drive cross-country with your best friend's boyfriend who is a creep. Actually, that's good advice. Erasa, if you get depressed really easily like I do, don't watch this movie. Oh, that's a cry for help.
Oh my God.
Send them the suicide hotline number.
Austin Danny, this movie reads as deceptively bad advice to women and gives a bad role model for men. After the happy ending, I think Harry and Sally are both due to be very miserable.
Somebody's had a few divorces.
Yeah, there's some broken people here. One last one on the same theme. Apparently, happy marriage stories were taken from real life, but it's just absurd. Happy marriages are not the stuff of reality.
Damn.
I'm living
See,
proof that they
harsh.
absolutely are so.
You cannot blame the movie for your marriage.
Yeah.
No.
No, I mean, that's ridiculous. I have like such a happy marriage.
Okay, Siskel and Ebert, did they like it, Matthew?
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay. Siskel says the movie has some cute moments, but wasn't all that enthused about it. He gave it a marginal thumbs up. He called it a marginal thumbs up.
He must have been going through some marriage problems at the time.
Well, it gets funnier. Ebert thought that the dialogue was very good. He loved Meg Ryan and thought Billy Crystal had tremendous warmth for a male actor. However, he called the orgasm theme very unrealistic.
Hilarious.
He's never given anyone an
And
orgasm.
I think for Ebert it is.
That's hilarious. He's never seen one before.
But he did give it a thumbs up, but neither of them really loved it.
Wow.
And you know what they said about him, Matthew? They both said Rob Reiner is a Woody Allen wannabe.
Rob Reiner is fantastic in his own right. He has nothing. He's not a Woody Allen wannabe.
So does this movie deserve a remake or sequel? Do you guys want to hear any more from this story?
I don't. A remake, not a chance. The whole thing is built on 80s New York dating culture and neuroses. You can't pull it off. A sequel would be impossible. Like, it already ends at the most honest moment. And what would the sequel be? I'm sort of like arguing about who forgot to buy the mustard or something. You know, that's not cinema, it's Sunday. So I think this is untouchable. It has to just stay what it is, and in my humble opinion, because it's such a good movie.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm kind of curious what like a modern day remake, modern dating, the apps involved, and you know all that stuff. I think that could be an interesting, if it's done really well. I mean, Nora Ephron's like 70, so she's probably not going to write it, but that would be interesting, maybe. But it is kind of untouchable. It's perfect. Like, you could just leave it as is and don't remake it and don't sequel it.
When Harry met Mike,
There you go. Yes,
Yeah.
make it gay.
they meet. You know, they fuck before they even leave Chicago because they're two gay guys. And then it
I'd
was
watch
sport.
that.
They high five each other.
Probably in the car on the way. So for me, I am curious what happened the next day. And you heard that one review that said like they're headed for unhappiness, right? Do you guys think this lasted?
Their marriage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Their
they were
relationship.
Yeah, because they already went through everything.
when they were friends, they were basically dating. They were having the best time. Like they weren't labeling it that, but they spent every day together and loved every minute of it. So that if that just continues, then yeah, it lasted.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, my favorite warm moment was the karaoke scene where they were having a great time without trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best. Yeah, it would have been interesting if there had been they still could do a sequel, right, and see where they are today. But no, there was no sequel, there was no remake, and there's no rumors about it. So I guess we're leaving this film alone.
Good.
So then I have to ask you guys, is When Harry Met Sally too old or pure gold?
Pure gold.
Pure gold.
Absolute gold.
Yeah, it's
24
not
karat.
it's not just a rom-com. This is the reason why rom-coms actually got a little bit smarter, right? And so it's just pure gold.
Set the bar.
Yeah.
I agree. It's pure gold. Like I said, this is not my genre, but I enjoyed it, and I think it was well made, well structured. It was a fun movie.
It's weird. I kind of don't even want to call it a rom-com because it's smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the perfect rom-com then.
Okay. Well, I guess we're heading into 2026 now, guys.
Oh my,
my
God. Another
God.
year of Top G.
Another year. Yeah, this is going to be our third year of it.
Wow.
Incredible.
We are. This will be
Are you
like
serious?
this will be like episode 95. So we're pushing 2 years.
Oh my God. What are we going to do for 100?
Yeah.
We got
Have you been doing this for 2 years?
Yeah. Well, you should see the list of titles.
I feel like we started this like 3 months ago.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I looked at the list of titles that we've done last night, and they're solid. Like we've picked good titles. It's super fun. No, it's the reason it flies by is because we're having fun doing this.
It's so much fun.
Totally.
Do you have something planned for episode 100, Olen?
You know what I've always wanted to do is I've always wanted to do a roundup. Like I'd like to do an episode where we get, the main cast together, the people that have been on the most episodes, and say like, what actually were your 5 movies you'd recommend from the 100? What did you love? What did you hate? Because it's a lot of titles, right? And looking back at them as a whole would be fun.
It'd be super cool is if we did that as well as like beforehand. If you sent us like like a championship, like
Oh yeah.
we all decide who beats the other movie and what gets to the final. See like what our final Top G winner would be of like best movie we've done.
Yeah, we could do it. Yeah, a live ranking. That would be good. That would be a lot of fun.
That'd be cool.
Other thing I always wanted to do as well is we've done 100 movies, to pick one of our funnier episodes and take that movie and do a live watch with it as well.
That'd be fun.
So fun. Yeah.
Bunch of us in a room. We'll do something fun for 100 episodes. I'm pretty proud of what we've done so far.
Absolutely.
Guys, thanks for being on this. You were good choices as co-hosts for this.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us.
Always nice to see you guys. Matthew, thanks for being you.
Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.